Willie Robertson is our special guest for the first couple segments of tonight's show. The Buck Commander, the Duck Commander. The Buck stops here with Willie. Willie, he's with the Outdoor Channel and radio show as well. We're learning more about you every moment.
He's like Howard Stern, the new king of all media.
The king of all outdoor media.
Yeah, king of all outdoor media. There you go.
Willie, thanks for being here.
Taking over the world, one person at a time. It's a global empire, but I'm happy to be here in wherever I'm at, D.C. area.
Do you travel so much that you forget where you are sometimes?
I wake up, I have no idea where
I can imagine.
Cameron wakes up and he has no idea where he is. That's for a whole different reason.
Yeah, that's very, very sad.
Also joining us in studio, this is the guy, one of my hardest guys to get on this show because he's all over the place, moving, shooting, communicating, Darren La Sorte. And a good friend of this show, and a man who's out there on hunting policy for NRA, and he's got all the info. When we have a story we want to talk about, a hunting rights related story, we go right to Darren. Although I can never find him.
We try to go right to Darren.
Well, John, it's good to finally be in the studio. I have to say, because normally I'm doing it by cell phone. My reception's not good. It's always painful, but not because of you or any Cam or anyone else. It's always because of my cell phone reception.
You are so far out of pocket. I mean, literally, I can't reach him by cell phone. You have to hit him with an email on his BlackBerry because he's up, and when he's not working legislatively, he's out hunting or doing something, or in Montana or here or this.
Every once in a while, I try to get out after a couple of animals. Every once in a while,
you should get a satellite phone. Then people can reach you better.
We actually did. We went to Nebraska for prairie dogs this summer, and we actually had a satellite phone with us. So, and a person here today works with you guys, Lacey Duffy. It's her birthday today.
Yes, happy
birthday. She was out there
Lacey.
shooting prairie dogs with us on that trip.
Nice. Now, Willie, thank you for coming in studio here, and thanks for coming on NRA News. Let's talk a little bit about first about Buck Commander. You've got a number of programs, a website and a television, radio program, television show on the Outdoor Channel. Let's get started with what Buck Commander is all about.
Buck Commander was formed out of Duck Commander, which a lot of people have heard of. My dad started Duck Commander probably 30 years ago, and we were in the pursuit of ducks. And then recently we branched off in the pursuit of bucks. And so it's me and about 5 baseball players, 3 are current, 2 are former Major League Baseball players, and we just go all around the country chasing whitetails. And, I mean, it's fun as heck. I didn't grow up a big whitetail hunter. These guys were into whitetail, so I said, hey, let's go out and make some entertaining things for the viewer to watch, and let's try to make deer hunting a little more exciting. And so we just run around the country. They kept that locker room mentality, and
so most of the show gets cut. Most of the show gets on the cutting room floor, is what you're saying.
You never know what's going to happen in deer camp with these boys.
It's sort of like with this group that you're rolling around with here. It's sort of it was a little bit of a locker room mentality before the show started. So we can understand how that is. Now, tell me a little bit about how you got into being where you are now. How did the Duck Commander and the Buck Commander thing get going for you?
Well, a lot of people ask me all the time. They send in emails and they're like, "How do you get started in the outdoor industry? You know, we want to make shows, we want to be on TV." And really, I said, well, I was born into it. I mean, I have no idea how you get into this. My father was into it. I was born hunting, which a lot of us are around my neck of the woods, at least in the South, and I know there's hunters everywhere. But how do you take it to the next level to where you're on TV? And, you know, I think you have to make it entertaining. My father, with his ducks and the duck videos when he started, I mean, he was doing things differently. This is back in the late 80s. You know, this is really when VHS tapes, and when it first came out, we put music to it.
Right. Just
tried to make it exciting, and he was that kind of guy who was cutting edge. So when I went into it with deer, I wanted the same type of day. I wanted it to be fun. I wanted to edit it for, and this is strange, but I wanted to edit it for kids and wives. Because to me, if kids and wives will watch it, I know the dude's going to watch it.
You got the hunters
I mean, the dude
already.
will watch a deer in a field for 2 hours and say, that was awesome, you know.
He'll sit up in a tree stand
Exactly.
for 2 days.
We were just trying to make it a little more exciting, and if I can get the kiddos and the wives, you can sit down and watch us as a family and like it, and boom, you know, we did that, and I think we hit our mark, and we tried to make something different and exciting, and, you know, folks are seeming to like it.
That's cool, and it's so true. And you talk about if a family will like it, and that's a big thing. And we were talking a little bit about this with you and all the guys really before the show started about the importance of hunting and the heritage of hunting. And it's a family thing. It's passed on. It's enjoyed by a family, and it's passed on generation to generation. It is a family thing. We see that all the time. And Darren and I, we were talking a little bit about how you guys are working together to try to NRA is always out there trying to do outreach to get folks who are interested in hunting, young folks, old folks, and get new people into the sport of hunting. Let's talk a little bit about you guys working on that.
Well, first of all, Willie's program is making hunting cool again. It seemed like there was a phase where kids would go to school, whether it was elementary school, junior high, or high school, and they would be almost ashamed to talk about hunting because hunting is something that's wholesome, something that kids should want to talk about. Willie's show is making it cool again. So now kids are willing to go to school and talk about hunting, and they want to take other people and get them involved. So as far as a recruitment tool, Willie and his pro baseball players like Chipper Jones, one of the most popular baseball player out there in the game, out there doing it, getting it done, kids realize, okay, it's all right to go out and pursue ducks or deer or anything else. First of all, we know that's a great thing for conservation, but second of all, it teaches kids a lot of responsibility and all the other great qualities in life. But NRA does a lot for recruitment. We're working on the mentored hunting programs, reducing minimum hunting ages or eliminating them altogether so parents can make the choice as opposed to legislative officials or state officials deciding when kids are mature, responsible enough to hunt. So we're doing a lot. That is the biggest key in keeping hunting alive. But Willie, while he was trying to target the kids and the wives from a marketing perspective, it really is a great retention tool and recruitment tool because we know that the fastest growing population hunting right now, women.
Women, yeah.
And we know that if women are out there hunting, the kids will all hunt. Like my father, for example, he hunted, but he never took me hunting. So that was a situation where the father hunted, but he didn't take his kid hunting. It might be the exception to the rule, but I guarantee you if my mother was a hunter, she would have me out in the field. So that's a 100% recruitment situation, and that's what Willie's contributing to and making hunting cool with these Major League Baseball players. I mean, Willie's all right. He's cool to some extent, but the baseball players are big.
You're going to take that from him? You're just all right?
I'm way cooler than him.
Yeah, come on, Darren. Wow.
Look at the way they're dressed.
Some respect for the guy.
That's the way you dress when you're cool. You dress like that.
That's true.
Yeah,
When
you
you're
got your
Darren, you
sleeves
dress like
off.
that.
That's true.
Come on now.
I'm a little bit of a nerd.
Well, talk about being cool. Where you have right now, Madden 11 just came out, and we hear from people that it's impossible to get their kids out of doors. Forget hunting, just get them outside to take a walk in a park. How it's as cool as you can make something. How do you make it so they're actually going to want to participate in these sports that you are so passionate about?
Well, it's tough. I mean, it really is tough. I have 4 children of my own, and I mean, I struggle with the same thing. My kids are sitting in there and they're watching video games and they're playing video games, they're watching TV, and it is tough. I'm sitting there going, I cannot believe this. I'm thinking back to when I was young. We were just outside all the time.
Right.
My dad would say, "Everybody outside," and you know what that meant? Just go outside and find something to do.
You come back when the sun comes down.
Exactly. There was no option. There was no. We had 3 channels, so there wasn't a lot of things on TV, and we all ran outside and we did that. But we're trying to bring this cool factor where we're showing how fun and cool hunting is, just to be in hunting camp. And I think that's the way we show it. When we show our deer camp, it's really everybody can relate to it. It's like, Willie's like Uncle Johnny, he's that kind of hunter, and Chipper may be like this, and Adam LaRoche may be like this. So everybody can find that person that they're like in hunting camp, and so it starts becoming like, man, these guys are just like us, even though we're really not, because I do it professionally. That's how I make my living, is through hunting. These other guys have another profession in baseball, right, to where they make plenty of money. So but we show the deer camp, we all get right there. We're not talking about baseball, we're not talking about business, and we're just there to hunt, and people really have gravitated towards it. I travel all over the country. 2 weekends ago I was in Atlanta. This past weekend I was in Kansas City. I'm going to tell you something. Most of the kids that I take pictures with for hours and hours and hours, they're, you know, they're 3 foot high. I mean, these are 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds, and that is exciting to me because I'm thinking these are the ones that at 8 and 10 they're going to be there at 15, 20, 25, and they're seeing something that they like, and to where, I mean, fame is funny. I mean, where you're going taking photos of everybody and signing autographs, but hey, why not? I mean, you know, the other guys that they're looking towards, maybe sports figures or whatever, that are not what we want them to be. I mean, this is hunting, this is the outdoors. If I can do anything to push them in the outdoors, I mean, I'll do it.